Okay, so now in the next lecture we are trying to solve all this. Okay, so how we are trying to solve? What is this? Int a equals to 5 by 2. So you know 5 by 2, it is a division, so it will give you what? It will give you the quotient as the answer. So it will give you what? 2 as the answer. Here it is 5 mod 2. So 5 is getting divided by 2. 5 2 is a 2 2 is a 4 1. So it will give you remainder as the answer. So the remainder is what? 1. So it will give you 1 as the answer. Similarly here 63 by 9 will give you 8 as the answer. No, sorry, 7 as the answer. 7 as the answer. But here 63 when you divide by 9 you will get 0. You will get 0 as the remainder. So you will get 0 as the answer. Similarly 60 divided by 7 will fetch you 4 as the answer. 14 divided by 4 will give you 4 as the answer. Why? Because 17 4 4 ja 61. Okay, this the 4 is coming here. 60 mod 7 means yes, it is dividing 60 by 7. 7 7 8 is 56 and your remainder is 4. This is modulus of it. The modulus will give you remainder. Now let us dive into special questions. What would be the answer for this? See, this is quite confusing. What is confusing is this time you are dividing a smaller number by bigger number. See, this is where you are doing. So many times student will do what? They will do 7 divided by 5 and 5 ones are 5 and 2 and your answer will be 2. So it will become wrong. How you have to see is this is the number and this is your divisor, right? So you have 5 and you are dividing by 7. So how? 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. So you will never reach 5. So you have to go behind. 7 zeros are 0. Okay. So 7 is dividing 5 how? 7 zeros are 0 and then your remainder is 5. So in this case the answer will be 5, and when it is 5 divided by 7 the answer will be 0. It will go 0 times. 5 is getting divided by 7 by a bigger number. So 7 zeros are 0 and 5, and you know division will give you the quotient and modulus will give you the remainder. Understood? Similarly, now tell me the answer for this. This time it is double. So 14 divided by 4. Double means you might think that the answer will be 3.5, but the answer is wrong. Why? See, listen carefully. How does it approach? Okay, how does it approach? In one time we will understand. Okay, in one time we'll understand. Okay, 14 divided by 4. Okay, how does it approach? I told you now. What I told you? This is assignment operator. This is the least precedence operator. Okay, so whatever is this side is ignored for now. The compiler will focus on this guy. The compiler will focus on 14 divided by 4 first. Okay, it will focus on the right hand side. Okay, it does not know what is here. It does not know what is here. So 14 by 4. 14 is an integer. Yes. 4 is an integer. Yes. So your answer will be calculated in integer only. So it will only go 3 times and not 3.5 times. So your 3 got calculated, right? Now instead of this you have 3 calculated. Now this 3 is going to get assigned into a variable called m, which is of type double. So what it will do? It will add a 0.0. That's it. It will add a 0.0. That's it. So 3.0 is the correct answer. Similarly, for 15 mod 4, what would be the answer? It will go 3 times only and 3.0 will be the answer. Okay, cool. Great. Now what we are trying to do is, suppose this is the question. Now you see how 41.0 by 5. So right hand side is this side what it is, we have not to be considerate, we ignore this part. So this is your double, this is your int, so double will precede over the integer. So this time the answer will come in form of double because double is a bigger data type. Okay, so your implicit type conversion will happen. Okay, so 41 divided by 5, this time it will go full point, 8.2 times. Okay, 8.2 times. So this time your answer will be 8.20. Similarly here what will be answer? It will so again you see 45, this is your integer, this is your integer, so your answer will be in form of integer only. So it will go only 8 times and 1 will be your answer, and this 1 you are going to put in the value of m, so it will become 1.0. What I am trying to tell you, always try to solve the right hand side first, ignore this guy. So this is integer, your answer will be in form of integer 1. Now this integer you are trying to put in a variable which is of double data type, so it will get converted into double data type. 0.0. Suppose here there was a 0.0, 41.0 mod 5, then in this case the answer would have been 0.0. Why? Because it would have cancelled it completely. Now here is the tricky one. Now you have 15 by 3.0. So this is your integer, this is your double or float, whatever you take it, no problem. So you know these are bigger data types, so your answer will be calculated in your float and double. So this time it will cancel out completely 5.0. It will cancel out completely 5.0, and now you are trying to put the 5.0 into a variable which is integer. So this is double and this is integer. The size of integer is smaller, the size of double is bigger, so it will not be able to assign the value into m. It will not be able to put this bigger value into this m, so it will give you error. It will give you error. Understood? Similarly, suppose there was a question called int m equals to 14 divided by 4.0. So this time again there would have been an error. This time again there would have been an error. But suppose you have something like this. Suppose you have something like this. Okay, suppose you have something like this. So this, in this case, what will happen? 18. So this is what? Try to understand. This is 18.0 by 4. So this is your double, this is your int. So this will be calculated in double. So you can now completely clear it as 4.50. So when 4.50 now outside, so this whole thing got solved and became 4.50. But in front of this we have an int. We are now doing what? We are doing explicit type conversion. So this will be forced to convert from 4.5 to 4 as an integer. And now since this is an integer, this integer can be assigned to z, and the value of z will be 4. Okay, and the value of z will be 4 because you have now converted it into int. Understood? Great. Let us move on to certain Boolean wala questions. Okay, so Boolean, what did I tell you? You have to check the conditions. Okay, try to solve this yourself. So this is true and this is true, this is true, so all are true, so answer will be true. This condition is true and this condition is false, and as soon as you found a false, all are and, so your whole answer will become false. So no need to check further. Cool. Now you have something called or also and this also. So this is what 5 greater than 3. So this condition is true. 6 less than 2. This condition is false. And 8 greater than, this condition is false. This condition is false. So these two false will be, first you have to solve and, first you have to solve not, but there is no not. Then you have to solve and, then you have to solve or. So first you have to solve and. In and, if any one you get false, this whole will become false. So this is true or false. And now in true, so this will give you true. Because how does or work? Or works like if any one condition is true, it will give you true. So your answer will be true. 15 greater than 12. So this path is true, but you have a not operator, so it will convert it into false. And always remember, true you have to write as small t and false you have to write as small f. This condition is true, but you have a not operator, it will convert it into false. Okay. Suppose you have true and false. So what it will give? True and false or false. So true and false, we know true and false. So one condition is true, another condition is false, and since there is an and, any one, it will give true only when all conditions are true, but one is false, so it will give you false or false. So false or false will give you false only because there is no true in that. Okay. Similarly, try to solve these questions. Like suppose you have given the value of x as 5. So 5 greater than 3 and then y is 15 less than 20 or not 5 equals to 15. Okay, so first come here. What it is saying? It is saying 5 is equal to 15. So this is the wrong thing, but this is the false thing. But in front of the false you have something called as not. So what it will do? It will convert the answer to true, and then you have or, and then you have this expression. So 5 greater than 3 is true, and then 20 greater than 15 is also true. So all are true. So this time the answer will be true. Simple. Understood? So try to solve this, okay, with yourself, so you will understand it better. Okay. Similarly, suppose you have this. So this time you are checking a boolean result. Okay. So your answer will be in true false statement. So p mod q. So what is your p? Your p is 9 mod q is equal to 0. So mod will give you the remainder. So obviously 3 is dividing 9. So the remainder will be 0. So this point is true, but you have a not in front of it, so it will make it false. Understood? So this whole thing became false. Now you have or. then you have p plus q. So p plus q is nothing but 12 is, so this condition became false, this condition became false, and there is an AND operator. So if any one became false, the whole thing will become false. So here is false, and then or, and then false, and then finally your answer will be false. Okay, important question is this. Okay, how do you solve this? So this is, I told you that there will be ternary operator. Okay, so this will be your something called as condition. Okay, and then this, and the other part will be, so part will be something called as your statement 1 and statement 2. So just focus on the concept. Okay, just focus on the concept. So here, suppose the marks is 50, suppose the marks is 50, the condition is saying 50 greater than or equal to 50. So the condition is true, so your statement 1 will execute, so the answer will be fail. Suppose the marks is 70, the condition is still true, so your condition is true, so your statement 1 will execute, so it will be fail. Suppose the marks is 35, the condition is wrong, statement 2 will execute, the answer will be pass. So you are seeing some discrepancy here. The student who would have been passed is getting failed, and the failed student is getting passed. Okay, so there is an error in the code, and what is this error? This error is called logical error. This is logical error because this error cannot be caught by the compiler or the JVM. This is a logical error. This is the error in the code by the user. The engineer has made this error. Okay, the coder has made this error. What is the error? How can you fix it? You can either print this pass here and fail here, or you can make this condition ulta, right? So special question, what was the type of the error in the work? So don't get confused that how 50 guy is getting failed, how 70 guy is getting failed. Don't get confused, because computer does not know what is the meaning of 70 or 50. It just knows what is the meaning of this ternary operator. What it does is, it will check the condition first. If the condition is true, statement 1 is executed. Okay, if the condition is false, statement 2 is executed. This is your statement 1, then after this is your statement 2. Cool. Okay, so try to solve this. Okay, suppose we are trying to solve this. Character ch 5 mod 3 equals to 0. So if you divide 5 by 3, you will not get remainder as 0. So this condition is false, but you have something called not, so it will make the false as true. So your answer will be A, because it is true, so statement 1. If it is false, then statement 2. Okay, great. Then we'll move to chapter 4 in the next class.